In this video, I'm going to show you how to cure PCOD or PCOS naturally using diet food to lose weight. Polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, is a common condition that affects how a woman's ovaries work. The three main features of PCOS are irregular periods, which means your ovaries do not regularly release eggs, excess androgen, high levels of male hormones in your body, which may cause physical signs such as excess facial hair or body hair, and polycystic ovaries. That's your ovaries become enlarged and contain many fluid-filled sacs. These are called follicles that surround the eggs. If you have at least two of these features, you may be diagnosed with PCOS. So what are the signs and symptoms? If you have signs and symptoms of PCOS, they usually are apparent during your late teens or early 20s. They can include irregular periods or no periods at all, difficulty getting pregnant, excessive hair growth, weight gain, thinning hair, hair loss from the head, oily skin or acne. PCOS is also associated with an increased risk of developing health problems in later life, such as type 2 diabetes and high cholesterol levels. So what causes PCOS? The exact cause of PCOS is unknown, but it often runs in families. It's related to abnormal hormone levels in the body, including high levels of insulin. Insulin is a hormone that controls sugar levels in the body. Many women with PCOS are resistant to the action of insulin in their body and produce higher levels of insulin to overcome this. This contributes to the increased production and activity of hormones like testosterone. Being overweight or obese also increases the amount of insulin your body produces. So how do you treat PCOS? Well, there's no cure for it, but the symptoms can be treated. If you have PCOS and you're overweight, losing weight and eating a healthy balanced diet can make some symptoms better. Changing the way you eat is one of the most important things you can do to manage your PCOS. You see, you have the ability to get to the heart of the problem, your hormones, simply by changing the way you eat. So what food should I have more of? No matter what diet you're undertaking, green leafy veg is a good call. They are nutrient rich and low in calories, making them ideal for weight loss as well as nutrition. Most importantly, however, those with PCOS, green leafy veg such as kale or spinach contains high levels of vitamin B. Incredibly, more than 80% of women who suffer from PCOS have been shown to be deficient in vitamin B. Another great food is whole foods. Whole foods are foods that are natural and unprocessed as possible. They are rich in fibre and take longer for the body to metabolize and break them down, and they have a lower glycemic load. This means they are absorbed more slowly into the bloodstream and you need less insulin to deal with them. Remember, less insulin means less testosterone. Examples of whole foods include fish, meat, vegetables, fruits, nuts and seeds, and healthy oils. The next one on the list is lean grass-fed meat. Eating lean meat is essential for any healthy diet, and although it may be pricier than high-fat alternatives, this extra cost can be well worth it. This is especially true for PCOS sufferers, who may find weight loss more difficult due to hormonal balances. Eating grass-fed organic meat is just as important as keeping an eye on the fat content of your food. Non-organic meat usually contains higher levels of hormones, which are given to the livestock, and this can directly impact human hormone levels. Organic meat, on the other hand, usually has much lower levels of animal hormones, making it safer to eat if you're experiencing a hormonal imbalance. The next one is foods with a lower glycemic load. These foods do not cause a big spike in insulin. They tend to be unprocessed, unrefined and rich in fibre and vitamins and minerals. Do your homework and find out which foods you're eating have a high glycemic load and cut them out as soon as possible. The next food you should be eating is healthy fats. Before you run screaming the other way, fat is not your enemy. There are many healthy fats that you can enjoy in your diet, from avocados to oily fish, and these are incredibly important for eating with PCOS. Healthy fats are a source of essential fatty acids, which are key components in the maintenance of cell walls. Not only that, but they are key for a proper balancing of your hormones, as well as controlling your weight. The next foods to look out for are anti-inflammatory foods. Women with PCOS tend to have low levels of chronic inflammation. This makes them more resistant to insulin, chronically fatigued, and prone to gaining weight. Whilst managing those insulin levels with help with inflammation, making sure that your PCOS diet is rich in anti-inflammatory foods will help too. So examples of anti-inflammatory foods include dark leafy greens including kale and spinach, blueberries, blackberries and cherries, dark red grapes, nutrition-dense vegetables such as broccoli and cauliflower, beans and lentils, green tea, avocado and coconuts, walnuts, pistachio, pine nuts and almonds, cold water fish including salmon and sardines, turmeric and cinnamon. Some more specific foods to look out for are fenugreek. This is rich in minerals like iron, potassium, copper, zinc and other nutrients. It helps to treat PCOD and its symptoms by preventing weight, reducing high cholesterol, correcting digestive problems and treating ovarian cysts. You can eat them by soaking the seeds overnight in a glass of water. Eat and drink them on an empty stomach in the morning, and you can take this 2 to 3 times a day and mix them with other vegetables as well. The next one is cinnamon. This helps maintain blood sugar level, cholesterol levels, blood pressure, prevents heart disease and obesity, and helps to regulate menstrual period or cycle dysfunction and infertility. Sunflower seeds are also great. It helps PCOD by promoting weight loss, balancing sugar levels, controlling thyroid problems, and making the heart healthier and to balance your hormones. You can use sunflower cooking oil or add them to vegetables in salads, oatmeals, baked goods, sprouts, or have them as a snack. The final food which I think is great is walnuts. They control blood sugar levels, regulate sex hormonal levels. They are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids that can lower cholesterol levels and control weight. You can eat raw walnuts, say 30 to 50 grams a day. So what food should I avoid as part of my PCOS diet? Well, number 1 is dairy. Dairy is generally not good for PCOS for many reasons. One of the main issues with dairy is that it contains something called insulin growth factor 1. The main role is to promote growth in newborn babies. The problem is that it also mimics insulin in the body, and remember that more insulin we have, the more testosterone we also have, making the PCOS symptoms worse. The next one on the list is gluten. Gluten tends to create general inflammation in the body. Remember, the more inflammation you have, the more resistant you are to insulin, and therefore the more testosterone you have floating around in your body. The next one is soy products. They've been shown to delay ovulation in some women, and women with PCOS do not want more struggles with ovulation. So generally soy products are not recommended for women with PCOS as it just makes things worse. The next one on the list is processed foods. They tend to have a higher glycemic index, which is already linked to insulin production and diabetes. As already mentioned, women with PCOS are much more likely to develop diabetes, and therefore it's very important to avoid high GI foods, which are likely to result in a spike in blood sugar. This includes processed foods such as biscuits, cakes and ready meals, but this also covers carbohydrates such as white potatoes, white bread and white rice. There are also a few lifestyle changes you can make. Research has shown that combining a PCOS diet with physical activity can lead to the following benefits: weight loss, improved insulin metabolism, more regular periods, reduced levels of male hormones and male pattern hair growth, and lower cholesterol levels. Studies have also found that behavioural strategies can help women achieve the weight management goals that in turn help manage PCOS symptoms. These practices include goal setting, social support networks, self-monitoring techniques, and caring for their psychological well-being. Reducing stress through self-care practices such as getting enough sleep, avoiding overcommitment, and making time to relax can also help a person manage PCOS. To conclude, if you're coping with PCOS or any of its symptoms, you may feel frustrated at times. Taking proactive steps regarding your health can improve your mood as well as reduce your symptoms. One of the best ways to do this is to create a good food, bad food list and stick to it. Just about every food that may aggravate your condition has a healthier, beneficial counterpart. For example, if you're used to margarine and white toast for breakfast, try substituting high fibre whole grain bread in olive oil or avocado. If your symptoms persist, speak with your doctor. They can work with you to identify the cause and recommend the next steps. I hope you've enjoyed this video on how to cure PCOD and PCOS naturally using diet and food to lose weight. And if you have, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to give this video the thumbs up. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy this next video on 20 natural ways to treat and shrink fibroids easily. Thanks for watching and bye for now.